I was inspired recently thinking about all of the work that not only myself, but my cohorts, people that I know in the photography industry, all the work we've put in over the years and all the pictures we've taken. And I was like, well, where are they? Where are all of my pictures, right? And of course they're scattered on hard drives, on social media, on computers and phones, and just, there's gotta be a way to preserve some of the photos that I want to remember without, worrying about a hard drive going away. So that's why I came up with 8 reasons you need to print your pictures. So reason number 1, memories become tangible. I'm holding right now in front of me, this spread is from a vacation I took in Texas where we went to a ranch and experienced all these amazing animals. And I remember the smell of this place. It was awesome. I remember just the breeze running through the golf cart we were riding as we were, experiencing zebras and cows and just things that we don't get to experience too much here in PA, like wild mustangs, like all these things. These pictures, holding them, it takes me back to a place that was sweet, even if it's just on a 4x6 print. Number 2, these memories, these tangible memories, become accessible. And what I mean by that is you no longer have to go digging through your hard drives or your phone or social media to find some of these amazing photos that you've taken over the years. For me, it's just a walk over to my bookshelf now. It's not every picture I've ever taken in my life, but some of these pictures from the big moments of my life, I want to have accessible to me. That leads me to my 3rd point, is sharing them with friends. So because these were so accessible and tangible, a friend of mine was over the other week and we were talking about a trip that I took out west, and I wanted to show him some of the pictures that I had taken. But instead of rifling through my phone or trying to find them in social media, I was able just to pick up this and show him some of the photos. And I thought it was just a really unique way of sharing my work with a friend without having to dig through a hard drive or social media. So number 4, decor for workspace. Now, I have this print, a picture of a mountain I took at Glacier National Park. And this photo isn't great. It's of a really cool thing, but it's overexposed. I don't really like how it turned out. But I got it printed, and I'll tell you what, it has been such an inspiration to have in my office as I think about what future endeavors I want to take on, right? And what other things in this world are beautiful that we can capture with a camera. The photos don't have to be good to be printed. They just need to mean something to you. And that photo meaning a lot to me has inspired me to continue searching out some of the beauties of our world to take pictures of and enjoy. The next reason is preservation. I was thinking about how 50 years from now, 60 years from now, when I will probably be gone, how will my daughter be able to enjoy the artwork that I've created? And we know all the hard drives we have right now are going to be gone in 60 years. The computers that we have right now aren't going to be usable in 60 years. These phones don't even last you a year anymore, right? So how are all of these things going to last? And photo albums, they're going to last a couple generations perhaps. I just think it's so cool to preserve your work for generations to come so they can enjoy it. I think it's so cool to experience holding a print in your hand. It's one thing, you take your picture, right? You get your SD card out, you throw it on a hard drive, you put it in Lightroom, you do your edits, you put it in a gallery, or you put it on social, and that's kind of the end of the journey for a lot of these pictures. But when you experience holding one in your hand, or getting a glass print made, or getting a big poster or a big canvas print made, and you have it in your room, it creates just a really cool experience where you look at that and you say, that puts me back in that memory. And it's cool to see that piece of art living on in such a cool way where you see it physically, not digitally. I think that's one thing that we lost when we got away with film photography, is with film, the whole process stayed very analog, very physical. Like you had filming, you made prints, but now with digital, you don't have that experience anymore. It's just an experience that I think would be good to get back to for a lot of photographers, holding their artwork in their hand. The 7th reason is that you can sell prints, right? Selling prints might be a great way to boost your revenue for your photography business, whether it's canvas prints or photo albums or glass prints, or maybe you're into fine art photography and you make a giant print and you want to take it to a photo art show and you want to sell it and make some money that way. That'd be so cool. It's actually one of the things I would love to try. selling your prints could very practically be a new source of revenue for you. And as we get to the last reason, I think it's the most important, and it's probably connected to all of the previous reasons, is that when you print out your photos, you're creating a physical connection to these memories. One of my favorite events that I went to last year was World War II weekend, and there was old airplanes flying around, and I just thought it was so cool. And it's one of the memories that I'm going to keep forever. One of my favorite airplanes, a P-51 Mustang, was flying around, and I took some pictures of that, and I was like, I'm going to get these printed because it's one of my favorite airplanes in a period of history that I find fascinating to learn about. It's creating a connection to that event by having a printed photo of a P-51 Mustang. And the cool thing, here's a bonus reason about printing your work, is that you can gift your photography. This year for Christmas, I tried to give out photography to people, you know, prints that people found interesting. That P-51 I was talking to you about, I have a number of friends who love that airplane, and I was able to give them framed prints of that airplane, and I'll tell you what, they enjoyed it. They've sent me pictures of that print hanging in their office or in their home. Just so cool to be able to do that. So I just want to inspire you, print your work, share your work with others, enjoy this not new way of exploring and experiencing your own artwork just by printing it out. There are a number of places you can get prints made for fairly cheap, and I think the investment you make into getting some prints made is gonna be worth it for years to come, as maybe your kids and their kids will be able to enjoy the artwork that you've made, that you've put all this energy into. It's like blood, sweat, and tears for photographers. And what happens if we keep going and this artwork just dies with our hard drives? You know, that seems like a bad thing. So keep creating, preserve those memories, preserve your artwork, and get it printed. This year, print out your work and display it for people to see, or just keep it for yourself and preserve your memories, preserve your work.